Greetings, everybody. This is God, Earth Goddess. I'm back with another video, and I'm just here to talk about a conversation that I had a few months ago with someone concerning my opinions on the whole LGBTQ thing. And I made a video about it a few months ago about, I think it's called LGBTQ, You Are Not Balanced. That is on my YouTube channel. It's also a snippet of it on my TikTok. It talks about my opinions about people who are in that community and how I know that they are not spiritually balanced or hormonally balanced. And because it's either the spiritual imbalance or the hormonal imbalance, which is a huge contributor to them having their feelings of being gay or trans or lesbian or things like that. And how I was talking about how we need to come together as a community and as a people to address the imbalances that these people have so that they can cure themselves and help themselves and work through that. And so they won't have to be a part of the community any longer. They can turn away from that and be straight again. That's on my channel if you want to watch it, and also the snippet of it is on my TikTok. So a lot of times, because I have 3 daughters, I have 3 children, people ask me when I tell them how I feel about the whole LGBTQ thing. It's not the norm. And so people ask me, well, what if one of your children grows up to be gay or trans or lesbian or any of those things? And I don't like to think about that, but it's something, it can happen to anyone's children. And there's like, well, would you accept them? And a lot of times people are surprised by my answer. My answer is actually no. And they're like, people go, oh, well, why would you not accept your children if they were, became gay or whatever when they grow up, gay or trans or whatever? And I always tell them no. And the reason why is because I dedicate a large amount of my time teaching my daughters that they are God incarnated, that they are high frequency beings from some of the highest dimensions in the universe, and that they incarnated on earth to be something special for earth. And when that incarnation happens, you have a soul contract. And during that soul contract, before you're born, you pick your gender. You pick what you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be attracted to. And people who are part of LGBTQ, the only reason they are like that is because of these imbalances they have in hormonally or spiritually. It's not a normal occurrence. They have those things that are going on with them. And the end result is them being like how they are. They're not bad people. That's just what happened to them, and they have to work through that. So if I see my child is struggling with those feelings or those thoughts and is calling themselves gay or trans or lesbian or any of those things, the first thing I would do, I wouldn't accept them, because to me, when you accept that, most parents do accept their children like that, and they say, oh, I accept you for who you are, and they just let their children just be that. And my thing is, with us being parents, you're not going to at least attempt to help your child. Like, you're not going to at least try to help them. I'm not saying beat them down and kick them out of the house and, tie them to some kind of, bring them to some kind of thing where they tie them down and try to beat the gay out of them. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying you're not going to talk to them and try to figure out where those imbalances are to help them. That's what I would do. I wouldn't accept my child if they were gay. I would first talk to them and try to find out the underlying imbalance that's causing them to say that they're gay or trans or whatever, and work on healing that. Because you have to find the root cause. When people are gay, a lot of times it's layers and layers of stuff that's going on inside that's manifesting them to be like that. And so I would sit with my child and I would talk to my child and try to figure out what was going on with them, educate them on what causes you to be gay or trans and how it's not a normal occurrence. It's something that is abnormal, and you have to be able to understand that so that you can fix it and help yourself. I would talk through that with them. I would try to help them. The last thing I would ever do is accept my child for being gay or LGBTQ. I wouldn't do that because I'm raising God beings. And if I see them falling by the wayside, I'm not going to just accept them for falling by the wayside. I'm not going to just accept them I'm not going to accept them for being less than I know they can be, for not living up to their greatest and most awesome potential. And their greatest and most awesome potential is not to live imbalanced in LGBTQ. It's just that's not for them. And I know that's not for them because I know that my children are the most awesome, greatest things on earth. And so there's so much more potential for them. The last thing I will let them do is walk through life and think that them being a part of LGBTQ is where they are supposed to be on a spiritual and hormonal level. I would never do that. I would sit with them and I wouldn't bash them, but I would sit and explain to them, hey, this is what's going on. Do you need help? I'm not going to be that type of parent that's going to embrace that they're LGBTQ and go to these gay weddings. I'm not. I love them. I'm not going to shun them, but I'm not going to be at their gay wedding. I'm not, because I know they are better than that. Like, if your child is a serial killer, you're just going to let them be a serial killer? You're not going to try to help? You just, that's just the way they are. I accept them for no. You're going to try to help them. That's how my brain is. Why not try to help them? If you see a problem developing with your child on a spiritual or hormonal, psychological level, you're not going to reach out and try to help them. So a lot of times people are shocked by my answer, but my answer really is no, I would not accept them, because you do not accept unacceptable behavior from your children when you know their potential is so much greater. If you see your child about to get hit by a bus, you don't let them just get hit by the bus. You try to help them. You're not going to shun them and all that. But no, I would never accept my children from being part of LGBTQ. I would never accept that for them because it's less than for them. But I just wanted to point that out and talk about that a little bit. That was on my mind. I had a conversation about that before with someone, and they were very surprised by my response. But I just wanted to explain it a little bit better. But we should want better for our children than LGBTQ. We should want better for adults than LGBTQ. We should want better for humanity than that, because it's evident that's a manifestation that something is wrong. Something is festering. A cancer is festering in our society, and people are so busy accepting it, they're not seeing the forest for the trees, and they're not trying to help eradicate that and help the people who are caught in it. It's like drug addiction. You have to help the people who are caught in it. But that's all I have to say for now, and I'll see you guys later. All right. Bye-bye. Peace and light.